Have you ever pondered about the political climate in Turkey and how myths and realities have shaped its course? Unveiling the Past is a fascinating journey, particularly when we delve into the political history of Turkey. This nation, a tapestry of diverse cultures and ideologies, has seen a whirlwind of political changes since its inception as a republic in the early 20th century. At the heart of this history is Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founding father of the Republic of Turkey. His vision for a modern secular state set the course for the nation's political journey. Yet it's important to remember that this journey was never a straight path. It was, and continues to be, a dynamic dance between tradition and progress, secularism and religion. A common myth is that Turkey's past was purely secular. While it's true that Ataturk implemented a range of reforms to secularize the state, including the adoption of a Western legal code and the abolition of religious courts, the reality is more complex. Religion has always played a significant role in the country's politics, often serving as a powerful force in shaping public opinion and policy. Over the years, Turkey has seen the rise and fall of various political parties, each with their own ideologies and agendas. From the single-party rule of the Republican People's Party in the early years, to the emergence of multi-party democracy in the mid-20th century, and the rise of political Islam in recent decades, the political landscape has continually evolved. But the country's political history isn't just about political parties and ideologies. It's also about the people, the leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens who've played a part in shaping the nation's political course. Their stories, often overshadowed by myths and misconceptions, are an integral part of understanding the realities of Turkey's politics. As we peel back the layers of Turkey's political past, it's crucial to remember that history isn't black and white. It's a spectrum of grays, filled with nuances and complexities. With this background, we can now delve deeper into the myths and realities of specific eras in Turkish politics. The early years of the Turkish Republic were marked by radical transformations. It was a period where the old was being replaced with the new, a time of sweeping changes and bold ambitions. Myths often paint a picture of a swift and seamless transition to a Western-style democracy. But the reality, as it often is, was a bit more complex. Let's take a closer look. The early Republic era was not a smooth sail into the calm waters of democracy. In fact, it was more of a turbulent voyage through uncharted territories. The period was characterized by an authoritarian rule, which may seem counterintuitive to the idea of a democratic republic. Yet, it was this strong-handed approach that steered the nation through the choppy seas of change. The man at the helm of this journey was none other than Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of the Turkish Republic. His vision and determination were instrumental in shaping the early years of the Republic. Ataturk initiated a series of reforms, radical in nature and sweeping in scope. These reforms touched every aspect of Turkish society, from language and law to education and attire. The myth often portrays these reforms as universally embraced, but the reality was a bit more nuanced. While some welcomed the changes with open arms, others viewed them with suspicion and resistance. The transition was not as swift or as smooth as the myth suggests. It was a process punctuated by struggles and strife, a journey marked by steps and missteps. Yet, these early years were critical in shaping the political landscape of Turkey. The reforms initiated during this period laid the groundwork for the democratic institutions that would emerge later. They set the stage for the evolution of a political culture that would come to define the Republic. In the grand tapestry of Turkish political history, the early Republic era stands out as a period of bold ambitions and radical transformations. It was a time when the old was uprooted and the new was planted, a time when myths were woven and realities were etched. The early Republic era laid the foundation for the political landscape that would follow. The advent of the multi-party era brought about significant changes in Turkey's political landscape. This period, commencing in the mid-20th century, marked a monumental shift from a one-party system to a multi-party democracy. It's often perceived as a beacon of democratization. However, the reality, as always, was a bit more complex. One of the prevailing myths of this era is that it ushered in a more democratic political environment. While it's undeniable that the introduction of multiple political parties brought a breath of fresh air into the political scene, it was not without its drawbacks. For instance, the period was marked by recurrent military interventions, a stark contradiction to the principles of a democracy. The military coups of 1960, 1971, and 1980 were significant events in this era, revealing the underlying power struggles and political instability. Another myth revolves around the idea of political stability. The multi-party era witnessed the rise and fall of numerous political parties. Contrary to the belief that this would lead to a more balanced political environment, it often resulted in fragmented, unstable governments. The constant change of political parties in power caused political instability and policy inconsistency. But the multi-party era was not all doom and gloom. It saw the emergence of many influential political figures who shaped the course of Turkish politics. It also allowed for a greater diversity of ideas and perspectives, which are vital in a functioning democracy. The political parties that emerged during this period played a crucial role in shaping the political ideologies that continue to define Turkey's political landscape. In reality, the multi-party era was a tumultuous period of change, marked by both progress and setbacks. It was a time of political experimentation, where the nation was finding its footing in the world of democratic politics. The multi-party era brought turbulence, but also set the stage for the political developments of the 21st century. The 21st century has seen dramatic shifts in Turkish politics. It's a fascinating saga of myths and realities, interwoven with the nation's quest for identity and global standing. Let's examine one such myth: Turkey's alleged drift from the West. It's true that Turkey's international relations have become more complex and multifaceted, but to label this as a drift oversimplifies the reality. Turkey is not drifting away, but rather diversifying its alliances, engaging with both the East and the West. It's a strategic maneuver, not a shift in ideological compass. Now let's talk about a figure who's undeniably shaped the political landscape of 21st century Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. His leadership, along with the rise of the AK party, has brought significant changes to the country. Some see Erdogan as a leader who has consolidated power and stifled opposition. Others view him as a transformative figure who has ushered in economic prosperity and raised Turkey's global profile. The AK party, under Erdogan's leadership, has undoubtedly reshaped Turkey's political scene. From a robust economy to the pursuit of a more assertive foreign policy, the party's impact is clear. But it's also been accused of eroding democratic norms and undermining the rule of law. This dichotomy between the perceived myths and the stark realities is what makes the story of 21st century Turkish politics so captivating. The rise of new political actors, the changing dynamics of power, the evolving international relations, all of these factors are reshaping the political landscape in Turkey. And as we delve deeper into the 21st century, we can expect more shifts, more changes, and more challenges. So as we examine Turkish politics, it's important to remember that the narrative is not linear. It's a complex tapestry of power plays, strategic alliances, and ideological battles. And it's this complexity that continues to shape and reshape the nation's political journey. The 21st century politics in Turkey continue to evolve, debunking some myths and creating new realities. So, what do these myths and realities tell us about Turkish politics? We've journeyed through Turkey's political history, from its early republic era to the multi-party period and into 21st century politics. Each era has been characterized by its unique myths and realities, shaping the country's political landscape in profound ways. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The early republic era, steeped in reforms and secularization, was not without its myths. The notion of a seamless transition from Ottoman Empire to a modern republic was one such myth. In reality, the transition was fraught with challenges and resistance, as any significant political shift would be. Moving forward to the multi-party era, the myth of political stability was prevalent, yet the realities of frequent military coups painted a different picture. Understanding this contrast between the perceived and actual state of affairs is crucial to comprehend Turkey's political dynamics. Fast forward to the 21st century, where Turkey's politics have become increasingly complex. The myth of Turkey as a model Muslim democracy has been tested by realities of authoritarian tendencies and human rights concerns. It's these realities that are shaping Turkey's political future. These myths and realities offer valuable insights into Turkey's political evolution. They allow us to decode the complexities of the country's politics, helping us make sense of the current political situation. By understanding these myths and realities, we can better anticipate future political trends and the potential challenges and opportunities they might bring. It's important to remember that these myths and realities are not static. They evolve with the changing political landscape, reflecting the fluid nature of politics. As such, they serve as a dynamic tool for understanding and predicting Turkey's political trajectory. As we continue to observe the changing political climate in Turkey, it's crucial to distinguish between myths and realities to gain a comprehensive understanding.